What's up guys, Coach Gage here. Today is Friday, 9/3/2021. Our strength today is more of conditioning. So we're gonna do a 10-minute EMOM. You're gonna do first minute, you'll do 50 to 70 double unders or single unders if needed. Then our second minute, we're gonna go 2 to 4 reps of devil press into a thruster. So this is gonna be a little bit interesting. We have never done this movement before, but I like to kind of mix it up and be creative as far as the movements, as far as the flow as well. So devil press, if we know what it is, you'll start with a burpee with both hands on the dumbbell, come up, keep your hands on the dumbbell, between your legs or on the outside of your legs is okay, and one nice strong movement overhead to a full lockout. Then you'll finish, bring it to your shoulders, perform your front squat, and then immediately into your thruster. So finishing front squat to thruster, set it down, reset. So the reason why it's only 2 to 4 reps is if you can either go a little bit lighter, complete all 4 reps, or even go heavier and do 2 reps. So it's your option today. You get your choice of weight. There's no prescribed weight. For the double unders, just an idea is your goal is to try to find a number and hold to it. So all 5 rounds, because you're gonna do 5 each. So if you can do 50 and do double unders in 1 unbroken set, perfect. If you do 70 unbroken, that's perfect. Try not to break more than once. Our goal is to work on our double unders, not to just kind of yell a 1,000 cuss words during the 10 minutes, or sorry, the 5 minutes that you actually are doing double unders. So good sets, nothing challenging. Our workout today though is a long workout, so long stream of long workouts all week. It's 18-minute AMRAP. You'll do 60 feet of a single dumbbell rack lunge at 50 for men and 35 for women. Meaning you're gonna put this on one shoulder, hold it with one hand. So you cannot hold it with 2 hands. I don't care if you actually relax on your shoulder, as long as one hand is touching the dumbbell, as far as the head of the dumbbell or the handle, I'm okay with. So what I recommend is going 30 feet one way and 30 feet on this side. Then you got 60 V-ups, you have 60 60-foot handstand walk, and 60 alternating dumbbell cleans at 50 and 35. So don't get confused when you do your cleans, make sure both heads touch the ground. And then what I want to see for the cleans, just like we do barbell, elbow needs to come forward and basically parallel and past that barbell. So I need to see the dumbbell touch one of the heads with her elbow out in front, and that front bell of the dumbbell needs to be past parallel. So a lot of times we do this, it's not a hammer curl, it's a clean. So really work on extending and getting your body under without bringing the dumbbell out in front of you. Nice and close. Now, hustle WOD, you're gonna do 40 to 30 pounds for your rack lunges. You'll do V-tucks instead of your V-ups. You'll do a 30-foot handstand walk, and if you're not quite there at handstand walking yet, you're gonna do 30 handstand shoulder taps facing or like our handstand push-up setup. So facing or facing away from the wall. And then you got 40 and 30 for your dumbbell cleans. Now a good time, you'll do 30 pounds for men, 20 for women. You'll do regular sit-ups, so just make sure you sit up all the way across past your hip flexor, and then 60-foot bear crawl on all 4s. And then you got 30 pounds and 20 pounds again with your dumbbell on the cleans. Masters athletes, 40 and 30 pounds for your dumbbell on the rack lunges, V-ups, just like our RX athletes, and then you're gonna do similar to hustle, you'll do 30 feet of handstand walking instead, and 40 to 30 pounds for your cleans. For our teams athletes, this is a little bit of a surprise, but you're gonna do this RX. So I want you to test those adults and see how well you can compete against them. Try to go beat some of those guys out there, I bet you can. So some tips and ideas on this one. Just like our chipper that was done a couple days ago, I want you to find a good break. Now, since the 60 feet is broken up into 30-foot sections, I want you to go 30 feet all the way down without resting and 30 feet back. So if the weight's too heavy and you can't do that, probably go down, give yourself a rest, don't let your knees slam into the floor, so nice soft knee touch to the ground, and then stand all the way up for our lunge. For our V-ups, this is a lot of reps. So some of you can do this maybe in 2 sets. I know there's some people out there that can. Some people can do this in 20, 20, 20, and some people will have to do this in 10s. What I want you to do is make sure you can probably get your sets more into the 10 range. So if you can do 4 sets of 10 and probably have to go to 5s for that last 20 reps, that's probably where I want you at, especially if you can do V-ups. Now, for V-ups, it's not just folding ourselves in half. I wanna see that lower back and the shoulders get off the ground. So I always like to say it's a sit-up, then your legs come up. So sit up first with your legs come up. Keep your legs straight, and for V-ups, for the rep to count, I need you to see those fingertips touch your toes as you get as you reach up to the sky, right? Now, our handstand walk, since it's 60 feet and you're gonna do 30 feet one way and 30 feet back, you don't have to do this unbroken. But I would like to see around 4, maybe 5, maybe even 6 breaks is okay. Just try to at least get around 10 feet at a time, 10 to 15 feet at a time as far as the distance. And then for our alternating dumbbell cleans at 50 and 35, Try to do this for my RX athletes, do it unbroken. I want you to really push it, give yourself a little rest, and get right into a lunge, because there's not much going to it, because when you get to the lunge, you can rest on your shoulder. So if you need to break it, cut it in half. What I really recommend is probably going 15s for our regular athletes that are trying to push the RX weight, and just really focus on letting your lower back do the job. It's bending the legs in that quarter squat position, and make sure both bells of the dumbbell touch the ground. And again, like we talked about earlier, elbow come up, the front dumbbell gets past that parallel mark. So a couple tips on the handstand walks though. What I want to see, and a lot of people kind of don't really understand it as far as handstand walks, it's a falling position. So meaning you're not really pushing yourself on the ground. So a lot of people love to push. Until you get really good at handstand walks, you can't push yourself. As you see the people in the games kind of climb up the ladder or whatever the hell they're doing. Really let yourself find a good balance overhead, and then lean, and then start walking. So a good tip for you, especially if you're trying to get handstand walks, you can do this after or before class, is to stand up, find a balance. I want you to open up your fingers and turn them slightly out, just like that. And then I want you to find the balance and then fall, and I want you to fall with 2 steps. But what your steps is, I want about a hand length above. So hand, like this, hand, hand, hand. So notice how it's just one full hand length of my own, not hand. We all love to start handstand walks and go with that big reach. So small steps to get through the handstand walks. All right, guys, now if you have questions, make sure you ask a coach. You can definitely DM us. You can definitely ask some questions in our comments, but make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. I will catch you guys tomorrow.